The world is changing rapidly, so today I'd like to talk about how the Japan-U.S. alliance can evolve to adapt to this changing global climate. I don't think this could have happened a decade ago. You have three really outstanding Japanese players playing for a U.S. team, and this, I think, is a good example of the synergies of U.S.-Japan. I also think, on a much different level, the top leader level, that things will change. I think the new Japanese Prime Minister, Takaichi Sanae, has done a wonderful job. So how do we prevent war? And I think war can only be prevented through robust deterrence. It's peace through strength. And one of the most formidable forms of deterrence in the Indo-Pacific is the Japan-U.S. alliance. This is why this alliance is so important. And it's not just about protecting Japan, it's also about protecting America and the values that we share. And because of where China was in the past as a great power, I realized that it has a strong sense or destiny to return to its original greatness. And so the most typical type of hegemonic shift is the outright challenge. And we see this time in and time out. We see the British and the French and the Dutch coming together to challenging the Spanish Empire, right? And we've seen it with Germany and Japan and Italy coming together to challenge the Anglo-US led order. Now, the former example succeeded in the hegemonic shift, and you had the emergence of the British Empire, Pax Britannica. And the latter, it failed. And so Japan, you could argue, is at a crossroads. And I think the question is to be or not to be. And it's not whether Japan should live or die. The question is whether Japan wants to be a relevant power or an irrelevant power. Well, Japan has bolstered its defense capabilities under the helm of Prime Minister Abe and also former Prime Minister Kishida. And this could be attested to the fact that Japan's defense expenditures have been increasing at a tremendous rate. It's unheard of in Japanese post-war history. Ideally, the United States should choose to return to CPTPP, but if the United States cannot do that, at the very least, it should remain in the RIIPA framework. This is a watered-down version of CPTPP, but it is still a free trade framework. And so I believe in America that can lead the world, and really be the shining beacon. And finally, and this is really important, I think the U.S. should be more vocal in upholding the values of FOIP, free and open Indo-Pacific.
And you talked a lot about how they need to strengthen their defense, their arms. But when you said it that way, it sounded like a self-esteem problem. How can a country change that mentality when it's so rooted in our DNA?
I think it's a very hard one to remedy right away. I think, first of all, education has an important role to play.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering, how does immigration fit into all of this?
Yeah, I am a proponent of immigration. What I think is critically important is for Japan to create a new Japanese.
Thank you for making us smarter today, and I hope we can continue the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.